So this morning, last night I worked late so that I could zoom into town this morning madly before it got too hot, because this time of the year, honestly, trying to keep the cat cool while I go and do groceries is really hard because I don't have a car as well. You know, a lot of people do. They have a motorhome and then they have a car they A-frame, and that's not a problem. Then you can pop into town and it's no worries. But if your pet is in your motorhome and you need to go grocery shopping, it's always a bit of a tricky one on how to make sure that they're okay. So I just avoid shopping in the middle of the day or hot days. I even check out the weather forecast and see what the temperatures are like in the next few days. And this morning I shot off into town just after 8, I think. Yeah, left it at just after 8. It was a little bit cloudy, which was wonderful. And of course the car parks are all still pretty empty at that time of the morning, so I managed to get into Countdown in Cambridge, got a park under the trees, the big oak trees, so I've probably got another 100 acorns on the roof. I've noticed every time I park under those trees at the moment I end up with loads and loads of acorns on the roof, but that's okay. They blow off, or I'll get up there and get them out of the guttering. But it's a really good spot, and then I can do my stuff without stressing out about the cat cooking in here, you know. I also sometimes keep the curtains closed if it's sunny, so it's not so hot in here. I've got my roof fan, which is up there. It's off at the moment because the sound can be a little bit annoying. Whoops, hang on, I'll put that back here. The sound can be a bit annoying in the background of a video, but that helps. So I usually have that on and then race around and do what I need to do. Today was a little bit of luxury. I could actually not rush too much because I did have that bit of cloud which kept the temperatures down. And yeah, did what I needed to. I went down to the warehouse too. I needed to get something, and then skedaddled off home. I'm also not going to the laundromat at the moment because that involves sitting there for half an hour in the sun. There's nowhere shady to park there. And, you know, drying's good, so I'm just washing in my big bucket. And because the water here is in a black alkathene pipe that is out in the sun, the water is actually quite hot. So I'm able to do quite hot bucket washing at the moment, which is quite good. But for pets, I mean, dogs often like those cooling mats from what I hear from people. They quite enjoy lying on those. I don't think the cat would like them. She hates anything I think is a good idea for her to lie on anyway. I tried her with pet beds and all sorts of stuff when she was younger, and nope, hated them all. She's a very stubborn being. So at the moment I think she's under the truck, which is actually really a cool place. I've crawled under there to check on her because she's had a bit of a sore mouth and been to the vet. And it's actually really nice and cool under there because you get a cross breeze. But seriously, I'm not going to hang out under my truck all day. So, but for her, it's a nice spot. So, yeah, animals aren't silly. They find the coolest spot they can and hang out there. Water too. Normally she just has a bowl of water in here. This time of the year I want her to stay hydrated, so I've got a water in here for her in a little plastic bowl outside under the truck. So if she gets thirsty she can drink And I think with dogs that'd be a good idea too, you know, just to make it easy for them to stay hydrated, make it easy for them to have a drink. Especially if they're a dark coloured animal, like I've noticed with her, with the cat, because she's dark. When she's in the sun for 2 minutes, she's hot, you know, and hot. Dark coloured dogs would be exactly the same, you know. She actually starts panting. If I went for a walk now and she tried to follow me, she'd end up panting because she'd just get too hot. So, yeah, with dark coloured animals, I think they suffer in the heat even more. So yeah, having some shade for them I think is quite important. I actually move Fiend's chair around depending on where the shade is, so she's can sit on that if she doesn't want to be under the truck. But yeah, with your dogs, cats, whatever's travelling with you, plenty of water, keeping them cool. Dogs tend to enjoy being moist more than cats do generally, you know. Like you can't really squirt your cat with a spray bottle. Most cats wouldn't appreciate that, but some dogs might like that. Or even wiping them down with a damp flannel, because then you get the evaporation and that helps them to cool down. So yeah, with a pet, wiping them down with a damp flannel, a cooling mat. If you've got a dog that enjoys swimming, primo, go and do that. Yeah, it's just a matter of keeping them cool. But yeah, I saw some dogs today in town locked in a car and the window was cracked that much, and I was like, I hope that's not for too long. Hopefully the person's only just run into the shop and is running back out and then they're going, because yeah, they would get pretty darn hot. That's one thing I like about this truck. At the moment I've got actually one of my tops hanging over that window because I can't find my sarong anywhere. And it's just to stop the morning sun from pouring in here, because the more sun you get in, the hotter it gets, the quicker it gets hot inside. So I noticed that when I had my first bus, which had windows right around, and that was like a little oven, that thing, eh? Oh my God. And I remember moving. It was February when I bought this truck, and I was in Nelson and I parked the bus next to it. And I just carried stuff over and it was actually bearable in here, whereas in that bus it was just unbelievably hot. It was a little 7-metre Isuzu bus and it was unbelievably hot. I don't think that would have been a good place for pets in the summer. So yeah, keep your windows, curtains closed if you've got a lot of windows on the sunny side, and then you can just keep changing it as the sun moves. You know? That works too. That helps keep it cool. Traveling with pets this time of year, like I want to head off soon. I'm just waiting to finish my osteopath treatments and see how kitty cat is with her thing, but I want to go and get those other tyres from Taupo and then see what I feel like doing after that. But honestly, at the moment I would have to really work my schedule to make that function for me, because I'd have to travel early all the time because I don't have aircon in here. And even if I had aircon in the cab, it's not connected to this part, and the cat travels in this part. So keeping her cool is important. I can't really have the windows open while I drive. None of them are the sort of windows you can open while driving. They're house windows, you know. They're not sliding windows or anything. So yeah, that's a bit awkward. I can leave the sky vent thing open a little bit, but yeah. So yeah, it should start cooling down a little bit in the next few weeks, so that'll be good. But yeah, I plan on heading off, and even if it does mean some early morning trips for the first bit, in the next week or two I'll trundle off. This coming weekend's Waitangi weekend, which probably means is ridiculously busy again, Because honestly, here where I am, it was packed Auckland anniversary. It was so busy. There was so many people. And I'm thinking if we've got another long weekend this weekend, it'll be really busy everywhere again. So yeah, maybe wait till after that and trundle off and go then. I really don't like crowds. It didn't used to bother me that much. But now it's like, yeah, no. It's probably also because I work online and stuff, and there's nothing worse than trying to be professional and talk to a client on the phone or on the computer, and you've got somebody standing outside bellowing to their neighbour at the top of their lungs about whether they want a beer or not, and all of that sort of stuff. People are quite loud, I find. And it's quite hard to work when you've got really loud people right outside your window. So here where I am, it's been wonderful. I've been able to just tuck myself away here and get on with it and get my work done. It is a busy time of the year. It always is for me, New Year's. So yeah, that's been good. I'm hoping Miss Fiends gets a bit better. It's certainly, yeah. She seems brighter. I stopped giving her the medicine the vet gave me for her because that just turned her into a total veg, and the side effects of it are renal failure. So, and it's not really for cats, it's actually a dog medicine. So I thought, no, I'm not taking that risk. Her mouth isn't that sore. We'll just see how she goes and have soft food, and she's quite happy with that. So seems to be quite perky again. So yeah, but if you travel with pets, put it in the comments below what you do. Like, I don't have a dog. I don't have any experience at traveling with dogs. I used to have dogs when I lived in a house, but on the road, no, I don't have that experience. So if you've got tips for other people, you know, things they can do to help their dogs, their pets, stay cool and to handle this hotter weather in mobile homes and so forth a bit easier, do put them in the comments below so other people can read them and benefit from your experience and your knowledge. So please do. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and a subscribe and ding that bell. And safe travels, stay cool, and see you next time.